Do I hear a helicopter?
Jamie Curtis, you do, sir. That is Lexor. If I jump to the map, oh, which is way up.
Oh, I don't like it.
So there's Lexor
In the
behind
in
me.
the KA50 hover mode, many buttons are toggles, so you use the same buttons. You know, if it's off, then turn it on, and likewise. But in the hind, everything is explicit mapping. So there's an on and an off.
Oh, right.
But no toggle.
No doubt. It's alright, I'm just going to talk my stream. I've no doubt you'll see Lexor in a minute. He's behind me somewhere.
Can you show the helicopter?
I can actually. Hold on. So that's Lexor.
Is it getting ready to take off?
Yep, he's going through all these checks, I suspect, and getting ready to actually take off. I'm going to jump back to my spit now. Get my spit started. Someone's on my stream is interested in your takeoff, so perhaps you'll let me know when you're going to take off. I can swap over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Swap views for your takeoff. Are you nearly there or what?
Almost. Just got a couple of checks I want to make sure that I've got set.
Okay, well, for the sake of Jamie,
off for that.
for the sake of Jamie, I'll switch my view to F2.
Okay. So let's just turn those on. That's interesting, those weapons aren't working. Okay. Let's do that. I don't want that shoot over.
I'm just going to jump back to my spit for a minute just to make sure it's not wandered off somewhere.
Okay, they're on.
Thank you.
Right, I think we're good to go.
Okay, I'll switch back. That's Laxor you were hearing there saying that he's think he's good to go. I'll stay here for a minute while he takes off.
Okay.
I'm observing your takeoff now from my stream.
Alright. Well, hopefully I don't make a big deal of this.
No, that looks sweet. Still got your front hatch open, did you mean to?
Front hatch.
For your gunner or whatever.
I think it's, yeah, I think it's not synchronised between clients.
Oh, okay.
So it's closed for me, it's just
Oh,
not
I see.
updated for you.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, I think I've set the FARP sucker on here because I can't rearm or refuel from them. So if I want to pick up additional ordnance, I've got to land on the main
okay.
airstrip.
I'm guessing you're heading towards my spit.
Yeah.
Accidentally or otherwise.
But I've got to basically land on that bit, or any of like the airstrip tarmac. Leaving Valkyrie.
So that's my spit down there that Laxor's about to fly over. I'm going to jump in my spit again.
I haven't landed this particularly well many times. And tells me it's going to go wrong here as well. It's not quite as smooth as I would like it. Half out, come on. Why is there a tendency to slide in sideways with this one?
When I was using the Harrier, I could never get it to actually like stop and go downwards. It always drifted forwards, whatever I did.
In theory I do have the hover mode, but I don't trust me turning it on just yet.
So there you go, Jamie. How's that for a little swap around view of from the spit to the chopper?
Oh, come on, get on the ground. Yeah, I'll just do that, that'll do.
That certainly looked good enough. I'm going to jump back in my spit now.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to set a few things on the spit so that I can take off. Set my altimeter first. Sorry, that wasn't meant for both streams, only for mine.
That's okay. So, I was also laughing at stuff in my chat, but yeah.
Alright. I'm just going to explain to my stream about our buttons. Yeah,
Right.
so Jamie and whoever else is viewing, we have, Laxor and I each have 3 push to talk buttons. One of them is so we can talk to each other privately if we're not talking about the game. Another one is to speak to our own stream individually and sort of privately, just to our own stream. and the other button speaks to each other and to both streams at the same time. So when I speak to Laxor, I'm also speaking on his stream so that his viewers also hear me. And just to compound that, we've also got a push to listen for voice attack. So when you've got that much going on, it's fairly easy to get confused about which button. So you'll often hear us say, oh sorry, wrong button. Okay, I've set my altimeter. I'm going to now set my nose down trim to 1/3 of a division roughly, nose down, and then I'll set my rudder trim, which is down below my left elbow. So I'm going to give 1/3 of a division nose down, or thereabouts. Okay, now I'll adjust my rudder trim so the double D on the word rudder is pretty much at the top, just past 12 o'clock. That there is about normal. Okay, normally of course I'll have asked permission for all of this to start, to taxi, etc., but we are not worried about that at the moment. We're just going to do our thing. So I'm going to take off, well, taxi. Jamie, sorry, I've probably asked you this before. Do you want me to talk you through or just tell you about how to steer the Spitfire during taxi, because it doesn't have tow brakes? Do you want me to go through that before I move off? I don't want to do it while I'm actually doing it, while I'm actually steering. So you let me know if you want me to explain about taxiing in a Spit. Okay, Jamie, I'm not sure if you're receiving me, or even if I'm still there. Perhaps you went and someone else got there instead. So I'll very briefly say, to turn right, it's right rudder and apply some brake. To turn left, it's the other. Apply left and apply some brake. Okay, so someone's gone then. It's probably, yeah, looks like Jamie's gone anyway, because there's no viewer on YouTube at the moment. I must have bored him. Okay. Did you just cut your engine, or you didn't crash, did you?
No, I'm sitting on the runway.
Oh, it just suddenly your engine noise completely disappeared. And it hasn't come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you got any noise?
Hang on, let's jump out.
Because there is a key combination that turns off in-game audio.
Right, no, I've got my engine. I've got all
Okay.
that. Yeah, I've got all that, but it's just that your chopper engine, suddenly I can't hear it. You're on the runway itself.
No, I'm just over to your right.
I can't see.
I believe if you're still in the parking bay. Well, you'll see me in a second.
No, I'm on the runway.
Oh, in that case, I'm off to your 2 o'clock. I mean, you'll see me in a second because I'm about to power up, but...
Yeah, well, I could hear you earlier, but it just abruptly stopped.
Whoa, oh my word. Okay, that was
I can't see you. Should I see you?
that was less elegant than my previous takeoff. You probably should see me now. Up to your 2 o'clock. Flying over you. Well, just right coming around in front of you.
Nope. It's like you just fell off the map.
Okay. I have fallen off the map now because it says my connection timed out.
Ah. Yeah, you just...
There's something very wrong with our connection to the server. Either that or there's something wrong with my router.
That affect me?
It did
Because
last time.
It's timed me out, hasn't it? So you coming back in?
I am.
Okay, I'll take off.
So you haven't been timed out?
No. Well, not at the moment.
So yeah, so if my modem is not going to be affecting you.
Right. Okay, I think I'm good to go. I'm gonna throttle up. Sorry, say again?
Sorry, I was mumbling to myself.
Evening, Undead.
Hello, gentlemen.
Alright, how you doing?
Gentlemen, are you on the right voice channel?
Well, I saw you here, so yes. If it was just Lax by himself, probably not.
Okay.
So Lax tells the rest of our stance. Did you win?
No. I mean, it's a top 5 and a top 3. But then in Apex, it's not always that difficult, is it? Because you just hold back.
Well, wait, is what you call it? Is she been around yet? No.
Not tonight, no.
Well, it's like with Nils and I played his favourite game today. Because
yes.
Nils' little cousin is over, so and that's all he wants to play. So I thought it's fine. I'll join them and play.
Right.
So we ended up winning our first because you can get 4-man squads there. So it was Nils, his cousin, his brother, and myself, and we basically won our first squad game like of the night. With I think altogether the squad got something like 11 kills. So I was like, damn, where's these guys at Apex when I need them? I still said to him, I think we need to down, because he's playing on like Nintendo Switch. I'm like, we need Apex for him. He needs to like get used to it. No. Oh, crap. Speaking of that game, because it and DCS are right next to each other on my desktop, on my, I accidentally opened it instead of the game I wanted. Lovely. I was watching a lot of the Goodwood Festival of Speed today because they finally got allowed to do it because they had to skip last year. Like my dad was actually going to fly down to the UK and go to it.
Right.
So like he's feeling crap now. It's happening. He's stuck here.
Yeah.
His friend's gone to it in the UK. I'm busy watching it on live stream. Yeah, so I was like amazed, like just watching some of these cars. I'm like, how, like, if I had to drive that, I'd probably crash it. I'd probably crash that as well. That's weird. I was like, oh crap, Laxor would like that car. It's like a bubble.
Wow.
No, it was insane, and there was some lovely Subarus there, so I was happy.
Right. Okay.
Or Subarus, as the fake people say.
Yeah, but we want to get it right.
What is it supposed to be?
It's actually Subaru, actually, but here they say Subaru, and it gets people that say Subaru.
Oh right.
I hate people that say Subaru.
I would have said Subaru.
There's a A in the middle, people.
Yeah, I would have said Subaru.
Yeah.
And you say what?
Here we say Subaru, but it's actually Subaru. But people say it's weird. Like you have to say Subaru, but people say Subaru.
Oh right.
And
Well, I don't say Subaru,
annoying.
but that's actually bugging me now because I said I say Subaru, but I'm not sure if I alternate between Subaru and Subaru. No, I think I would say Subaru.
I say Subaru and Subaru, but I don't say it like they lax in chat. That's how some people say it, and it's flippin' annoying.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's hammered that one out there.
And the one weird thing, I'm sure Lax, I've told you about Colin McRae before. The Scottish rally driver that basically made Subaru what it is. It was like kind of like a very 50-50 moment. They actually had his son driving his car through up the hill, because they've got like a hill climb event, and his son drove his rally car through the hill climb.
Right, okay.
See, I'm going to educate you people. Hang on.
Just to finish that one off, I've almost bought a Subaru. Subaru.
There you go, Lax. Enjoy.
Thank you very much for that. Oh, what? Hang on a minute. I've got noises kicking off left, right, and centre. Good grief. Hang on a second. I'm just gonna deafen myself on Discord just for a minute so I can deal with what's going on in chat, and I'll be back in a moment.
Well, this doesn't look good for me. I've got a freeze and 8 FPS.
Oh, lovely.
It's just come back as I speak, and we're back to the 24-25 FPS, but with another freeze. I was saying to Laxor, what seems to happen is even if I start off with a good frame rate, it seems to deteriorate over time. and gets quite bad. So there must be a cache that's filling up, and that can't be right, unless of course it's just that ordinarily that cache filling up doesn't affect people that have got decent stuff. When I get my 3060, I'm suspecting things should be better, but that won't stop a cache from filling up, I don't suppose.
No.
If it is that, I don't know. It's just odd, you know. Just when I was trying it out on my own copy of this mission last week, I was started off and I had like 35 to 45 FPS, and I very nearly messaged Laxor to say it's normally 25 to 35, it's now 35 to 45, because I made a couple of changes to the clouds as suggested by one of the Grim Reapers, because of the Marianas Islands map. And I thought, yeah, that's good, you know. But then as time went on, it just dropped down, and I was back to the usual sort of 20-25.
Interesting.
Yeah, but then again, when you look at the experiments that they've done, like they were looking at the Marianas Islands map, and I mean they all had at least 16 gig of RAM. I've got 16, but I'm saying at least because they all had, I think, in the region of 30 gig of RAM, and they had probably very nice equipment alongside that. So
oh yeah, definitely.
I've probably just got to knock down a few settings.
Right. And Bill, you would have loved it here on Tuesday. We had spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, I've been in there on Tuesday. That means I'd have had it twice because I have it on Thursdays. I like the idea of Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah. My mum, you see, we don't. I don't know why my mum's like, okay, we'll just do it on a Tuesday. I'm like, why can't we do it every day?
That sounds like a good idea to me too. It's almost my religion, spag bowl.
See, for me, I'm split. If I could live off spaghetti bolognese and a good old cheeseburger, those two, if I have to have those two for the rest of my life, I will not complain at all.
So the ideal situation is where you have enough bolognese sauce on your spaghetti to be able to dip in your cheeseburger to give it some gravy.
There we go. Look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing my mom did do was, you take like with the leftover spaghetti bolognese.
Sorry.
You actually
hang on. Say again. Leftover.
Yes.
That does not exist.
No. So because I was out, so I wasn't. I was at my dad when they had it. So
Right.
they saved leftovers for me, and my mom had done was she made like a toasted sandwich with spaghetti bolognese in the middle.
Ooh,
And at
nice.
first I was very sort of skeptical about it. Like, why are you messing with spaghetti bolognese? Like, what's wrong with you? But then you actually have it, and I'm like, okay, no, you actually might be onto something here. Like, this is actually pretty damn nice.
Well, I reckon spaghetti bolognese on ice cream is probably very nice because that's just the way I am.
Well, now my next attempt is to have a cheeseburger, and on top of between the patty and the cheese, have a bit of spaghetti bolognese there, and have like a hybrid.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Spaghetti
Might as well.
bolognese. Spaghetti. Well, the bolognese of in any format to me is gonna be a winner. I just love it. I do massive batches of it. Well, I say massive. I do 10 portions at a time. So when I make it, I've got over 2.5 months supply to get me through. So it's and that's not massive portions, I've got to say.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have 2 smaller portions and still want more than have a portion where I think, well, I'm glad I've finished that. However, in the past, when my lovely late wife used to make it for me, there was a time when she used to load the plate up ridiculously, and she never beat me, and I never seemed to get over full. It's just my meal. That's it. And of course, I make it from that recipe.
Right.
So it continues.
You see, my dad makes lasagnas for as a little for extra money and stuff. Like, he makes lasagnas and sells them at work and stuff.
Oh, right.
And but my dad's very because my dad's an electrician by trade, but he's always sort of worked with his hands, with if he's putting up a shelf, it has to be perfectly centered and straight. Like, he's very sort of OCD with that.
Yeah, I can understand
the same when
that.
it's the same when he cooks. Like, if he makes a lasagna, it's always a certain amount of pasta, a certain amount of mince and stuff all together. But he now never makes it when I'm around, because I'll randomly just steal bolognese from his big bowl.
And that messes up his measurements.
So he never has enough for the measurements because I'm here busy stealing every now and then.
Well, I'm glad to see your interest. However, it is, of course, the ultimate crime to spoil someone's spag bowl. Or lasagna, because they're similar.
You see, the problem is, I've been asking him to make for us for months, but he's so busy making for other people, I've had enough. So I'm just taking what's rightfully mine.
Well, okay, when you put it that way, I can go along with that. Okay, I'm gonna roll. I think I'm all set. I've been talking too much. I think I've done everything. I was shooting at the units to the east of this airfield earlier, and I'm not sure if one of them messed me up and therefore I crashed into him, or whether I simply clipped him and messed myself up. Probably the latter.
Maybe. Oh, I see there the group of BTRs.
Yeah. But those machines have been buffed because they didn't used to mess my aircraft up as much as they can easily do nowadays.
Oh, great! Now that makes me feel great, because now they're probably going to stuff me up as well.
Yeah. There was a time when you could fly around them and almost every bullet they fire at you would miss. Not so much now. They will do you damage. I mean, they'd hit your wings, pepper your wings, and that would be it. But they seem to be able to do a lot more now.
Lovely.
I suspect that's a DCS upgrade, or a DCS buffing of those units.
Yeah, probably. I don't think Lax would have done that. But you never know.
No.
Maybe it was best for the server. It was probably, if he did change it, it's probably because of because we've been hammering the ground targets a lot with the A10. So he's like, okay, that's enough of Undead messing us up. Now we're going to target him.
I feel as though it's been done by Eagle Dynamics. I feel as though. Coming back to that more important subject of spag bol,
Yeah.
when I make that, I actually get the scales out because I've got 10 dishes that I'm filling up, and I get the scales out and I measure them, and they're all about 281 grams. I hate the idea of the possibility of the following week thinking, oh, this one's not as big as last week's, so I have to make sure they're all the same.
Yeah, you don't want to sort of have a big expectation and then disappoint yourself.
That's right. Of course, when it comes to sharing, I don't mind. I'm quite happy for it to be split between me and someone else, exactly in half, as long as I get the biggest half.
Exactly. There we go. Nothing wrong with that. It's kind of like the one time for my birthday. I've got this. My mom made me a cake and everything. So I cut the first slice, but I cut it like a generally small, like a normal small piece for one person. I cut that, and then I move it, put it on a plate, move the plate to the middle of the table, pick up the rest of the cake, and go to my room. I'm like,
Good
this
plan.
is my birthday cake. It's my birthday cake, not yours. So. You can decide how you're going to share that. This is mine. Thank you.
Yeah, good plan.
Safe to say I've never received a cake since.
Okay, I'll be taking off in a second, so I'll probably go a bit stum while I think about it. Okay, hello Matty. Sorry, I haven't spoken. Oh, hang on, Matty's gone. Matty's gone. Okay.
Alright, sorry about that.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry, I just had sort of, not exactly back-to-back raids, but 2 raids of people that wouldn't normally be watching what I'm doing, so I was just explaining the whole DCS thing.
Yeah.
Lovely. Yep, sorry if I'm hogging the runway, I'm just getting my flying music sorted.
Right, actually that's the point. I haven't put my,
Get some Ailstorm up in here.
It's the wrong game for that, surely.
Alrighty, let's do this.
I've got a Spitfire with a 190 undercarriage, in as much as they splay out because I came down a bit heavy, because those units to the east of the airfield are definitely more powerful. They've knocked out my engine, so I did an emergency landing, which I'm pleased I made, because the engine cut out completely at that point.
Right.
So I made the emergency landing, but came down a bit heavy, so instead of the legs being straight down, they're like splayed out a bit. So the wheels, instead of being X amount apart, are roughly 2x amount apart. But I've landed okay. I'm sitting in the cockpit. And I'm alive enough to be able to open the cockpit. Open the canopy. But I need a new airplane again. Those units have definitely been buffed.
I'm heading over to the tanks to the northeast, to the close tanks to the northeast. So I haven't done anything with the runway, south of the runway yet.
Okay. And the east you meant was the west, yeah? The northwest?
Yeah, that way. Yeah, that northwest. Yeah.
I see air targets. Shit, I didn't put AAs on. God damn it.
Oh, that's the choppers. I'm going for them.
Yeah. If you go over to Nelchek, and look for the MiG-25s that are landed, if you shoot those, it should respawn 4 more in the air.
Right.
Actually, it's going to take me a while to get to those choppers. I seem to remember last time they were about the same point when I saw them. And by the time I got to them, they were close to their airfield. I'm not having a late one tonight. I'm definitely definitely flagging.
Roger that. Roger that. God, I don't like the way these... I tell you what, if anyone's flying around near me, they probably don't want to be, because I'm firing what I'm pretty sure is armour-piercing rounds. But as they miss the target, invariably, and hit the ground, they're ricocheting off and going for miles.
Noted.
So if I happen to shoot you down, I didn't actually shoot you at you. It's just
Right, okay.
you were clumsy and you flew into a stray round.
Wow. That's what we're calling it now.
Well, you know, you need to be situationally aware.
I love that little spot. There's like such a nice group of AK soldiers. I just dropped 2 cluster bombs on them, and they are officially no longer a problem.
Well, that's the ones with the cars, yeah?
Yep, and there's AK. Yeah, I think it's AK guys and Vaz cars there,
Right.
and they don't like my cluster bombs. Oh, that was close. I'm going to give you a lovely view now, Laxor.
Were they clusters?
No, those were 2,000-pound bombs. 2 on the
Right.
first. There were 2 in the first explosion, 1 in the second.
Right. Well, you missed with the first one.
I know. They're very inaccurate for 2,000-pound bombs, I will say. But you know what isn't inaccurate?
Wow. What?
I'll show you now what isn't inaccurate.
Well, I'm very inaccurate at the moment because I'm still. I've been making mincemeat of these in the KA, but I cannot hit. Oh, your cannon. Yeah. Oof, oh my word! I know the cannon is nose mounted. You don't have to insert the nose into the target.
Listen here, alright?
I saw
Maximum
how low
efficiency.
that was.
I
saw
know how
low
low.
that was.
I know. I've been working on that. I've been working on trying to get as low as possible.
I have to
Give
put a
people that
marker in for
scare
that one as well.
factor. Oh, that'll be an amazing clip.
This is where I start taking damage from your ground units that you've shot up,
Wow.
or they blow up. With your bomb drops, what angle do you drop them at?
I don't know. So now if I go, so basically I press 7 and I go into ground attack mode, and then with D I swap between whatever weapons I've got, and there's like a little targeting thing, and there's like a circle at the bottom that you basically line up the targets in the middle of. So I just assume that you put them in the middle of that circle at a dive. Like if you dive on them, get them in that circle, and then just bombs away, you know.
Right.
But whether it's not, I mean, it works with the clusters.
It's CCIP, isn't it, that you're using?
What, the bombs?
Yeah.
No idea. They're bombs.
Well,
I drop them and they go boom.
Assuming it is, in the F-16, the optimum dive angle is about 20 degrees, and it makes them a lot more accurate.
I try get them 20, but whether they actually go 20, I don't know.
I'm beginning to
Oh, you're joking. My remote died. What the? I've been having so many problems with this controller in my PC lately.
Where are you? Have you crashed it? Have you crashed it?
Wait, I need to get. If I stop spectating your damn helicopter, I could hear you. Say, now try again. What were you saying?
You kind of answered the question. I was going to say, have you crashed yet? But yes, you have, because you were spectating my helicopter.
Yep.
Ah, that's you. So the player, I know, that's not you. I thought that was you because it's a massive plume of smoke. I'm getting grief enough for not shooting civilians.
What else should I fly? I tried flying the 109. I can't. I honestly can't fly it. I battle so much with that one plane, like, it's, dude.
Let's see if we can fire a rocket. Okay, we can fire a rocket, it's just horrifically inaccurate.
See, I'm tempted to redeem another jet to try out. I don't know what to get. I know I'm not getting the Mirage because I've heard things about that. I know what I'm gonna redeem. Something a bit strange.
If I have a Twitch viewer, there would have been a break in service then, I think, so sorry about that.
How's the targets going?
Sorry?
I'm saying, how's your shooting your targets? You hitting them?
It was going fine until the rocket stopped working.
Wow. Just stopped? Randomly? Or...
Oh, I see.
Okay, he's figured it out.
No, hang on. Yeah, I should have been given a request to join if you're in the front seat.
I'm not. Who's in the front seat? Not me.
Not me. Although it'd be good to do that sometime.
Okay. So I thought you'd redeemed it and done a just
No.
secretly turn off the weapon system to turn off the rocket.
No, not yet, not yet.
Good idea though.
Yeah, very good idea. No, gonna try out that other Swedish jet. That what's it, the
Viggen.
AJS? Yeah,
Yeah, the Viggen is very odd.
it is.
Very odd. Yeah, it's very odd. It's got shopping trolleys around the carriage.
Shopping trolley.
It,
Well, I guess we're not loading it.
Yeah.
I'm just downloading it. Relax. I'm sorry we don't all have NASA speed like you.
Wow. Switch on the stop. Finally getting... Oh, he says as he missed. So finally getting it dialed in. So then immediately missed the next target.
Question. What's an high alpha maneuver?
I think it's where... Isn't that where you sort of jank back on the joystick?
I don't know.
It's funny you should
Oh,
ask. A high alpha is a high pitch, high AOA pullback, typically during a flyby of some type.
Is it like a Cobra?
It's a Cobra, yeah. It can be,
Okay.
but not every aircraft can do a Cobra.
Yeah.
But a Cobra is a good example of a high alpha maneuver. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Thank you. I
Why
understand.
are you
Well-
talking with that accent? Sheep's Canadian.
Something wrong with my accent. Mate.
Just the wrong country.
No, the best is he goes from the UK to Australian in the space of
Yeah.
2 words.
And it's the Australian accent that Corsair loves.
And
Good.
I'll take guy from Apex.
Hell. My damn mouse.
They
doesn't
do.
work. Doing good, other than my fucking mouse not wanting to work right now. There it goes. There we are. Doing good. Figured I'd hop on for a little bit, do a little bit of flying, nothing too much. I'm probably gonna be sailing here with a bunch of people, but you know how it is.
See,
So,
Lax is really feeling left out now because everyone started playing Sea of Thieves, and Lax
well.
is
Yeah.
here like, nothing works
Not
for
only-
me.
not only that,
What?
not only that, but the Undead's test post on the Sea of Thieves forum still has more views than my
Does it?
actual post that you
Does
put
it?
up for me.
Well, that's just fucked
The
up.
test post reads, "Testing for a friend,"
Please don't. And I
and
said,
the thread
please
has
ignore
been
this.
closed. It's been closed by the moderators. They've accepted the fact that it's a test, and it's just, you know, it's not there to be viewed.
And I still
still.
said, please ignore this.
Yeah, still
Okay,
that post. So
I
there
looked
is
up that
nothing.
error again
There's
and
nothing I
said
can
you
do.
need an RTX 3080 minimum.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
All I want
Well,
to say,
Lax, I
Lax,
have
is
a
you're
little
being
bit of bad
beaten.
news, by the way.
Oh, I want to get this first.
Wait,
A little bit of bad news. I had to make one more upgrade for my system,
Wow.
and the bad
What
news is that it's
stick?
on back order.
You went for a Virpal, didn't you?
I went for the Virpal throttle and stick. Yes, sir.
What one?
Whatever the top
I'm
of the
sorry,
line
you're breaking
throttle
up.
is.
Can't hear you. All I'm hearing is rubbish.
Oh my god.
Constellation Alpha?
No, the other one.
Is that the Space Cadet
CM.
or something like
TM2, I think. It's basically an F-18 stick.
that? Right, okay.
Oh wait, I think I saw that one. I think I saw that
I see.
F-18 stick when I was looking
Tell you
for
what.
joysticks and stuff.
I'll tell you what I did see when I was looking on their site. They're collectives. They've got a KA50 collective for 200 quid that you stick on the end of a collective that's 200 quid that you stick in a thing that's 200 quid.
Yeah, I was gonna say it all adds up.
Yeah, I spent
Yeah.
quite a bit of money on these back orders.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like $1,000.
Ooh. Oh,
You have
that's
to
the
get
mon-
the- you
is
have to
that,
get the
is that the
base.
mongoose? Is it the mongoose?
Actually, yeah, it is a mongoose.
The,
It is a mongoose.
the throttle
Yep,
quadrant?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. God, that
So-
would finally hit some targets.
Whenever I get it, I'll
Very
let you
nice.
know how it is.
Oh, thank you.
You don't have
Yeah.
any interest in
Okay.
this X56, do you?
Undead might.
What?
X56 HOTAS?
Might. Depending.
What are you using? What are you using? Well, what's depending on what?
Well, I'm waiting for quotes from 2 other places as well. I want 2
I mean, this one's
potential.
used. I'm using it right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, but it's
So-
also got your luck on it. So
My luck.
Mm.
It's got my
Well-
handprint on. You know, when my hand slipped through the toilet paper, then I just grabbed the joystick. You know.
okay, now I definitely want it. Like definitely.
Oh, okay. That increased the price. Okay.
It's like
Nice.
Quagmire from Family Guy.
Hey, did you update this mission?
In what respect?
I feel like wasn't there like a MiG-15 slot? Where? Oh, here it is. I'm blind. All right, never mind.
In fairness, I have updated.
Sorry, Big 19. Big
There
19.
is now some respawning MiG-25s. But unfortunately, it's the only units I can get to respawn.
Well, by golly.
Okay, so Lax, it's about to load in. You said shopping trolley.
Yes.
Okay. Shopping trolley. Is this before or after this stuff at the bottom?
No, it's just the rear landing gear.
Oh, I haven't. Oh.
It's a shopping trolley. Hang on, let me have a... see if I can get to you.
Okay.
Why is it not going to you?
This is interesting.
Why is F2 going through every vehicle? That's not odd.
Because I'm the furthest away from you right now. Because I'm at Cubaleti. Because there's only spawns for these at Cubaleti.
Yeah, I don't know why that is, to be fair. Does that mean you can only switch F2 to units?
No, you don't know. You can
Within a
still
certain
see me. You can still see me, but I'll be the bit. Like I'll probably be like at the end because I'm so far away from you. Because I think it assumes you want to see someone near you before you want to see someone like on the other side of the map from you. So.
Only like 2.5 weeks away till Oshkosh, Lax. You want me to post some pictures of it in Discord?
To what?
Hell yeah.
Oshkosh, Air Venture. There's gonna be, I think there's gonna be an RAF A400M there as well. I've already seen one though.
I have no idea what that is.
That's like your guys' premier cargo aircraft, like our C-17 and C-5. You guys have an A500M. Sorry, A400M rather.
Anyway,
It's
I'll
gonna be 10 minutes to get this thing down. What kind of a PC gamer are you training? Just go in blind.
You see, this is why I get 10 kills in Apex and you basically just waste ammo.
Suck ball. I mean, sorry.
That's because I can't. It's because I can't aim. It's got nothing to do with it. I just can't aim.
Don't blame aiming. Don't blame aiming. Don't blame aiming.
Mate, if you'd have seen my shots the other night, God. There's shooting the breeze, but I missed every one of those as well.
The funniest was yesterday was Arwen, when I'm like, oh, like remember that time when I got the like with that other 10k game I got,
Yeah.
and then I get a 10k that game.
That was rather nifty.
It was. It's like I planned it. It's like I especially
Almost.
messaged the other team and said, alright guys,
Yeah.
I need 10 kills, work with me here.
Yeah, I need to look good for someone.
Well, wow.
Yeah.
No, not after last night, man.
I don't know why I'm leaning in my seat and attempting to influence which way the helicopter's rolling.
That's normal.
God.
Request refueling. Request rearming.
Oh, there's guys with guns right next to me. Hello.
Guns, guns, guns.
Oh, I don't know who this is that giving me the training, but I hope she's single.
She's
Wow.
ready to mingle.
Refueling complete.
Hopefully.
What country are you in right now, Undead?
SA.
South Africa.
Uh-huh.
What is the customs fee for clearance on entry, port of entry, do you know?
A fucking shit ton.
You should figure out, what is it, Rand?
Yeah, it's Rand, but also
Okay.
like it's you never know. They'll like it'll say a price
complete.
like today, and then some guy that wakes up there will randomly be like, you know what, I feel like charging extra today, and they'll do it, no problem.
See if you can get a quote on like a 10-pound box.
All right, I will.
What stick are you using right now?
I'm not using a stick.
Who are you?
I'm the car guy that's trying to get introduced to playing.
To be able to play with keyboard and mouse, I think you're Superman.
Yeah, what are you playing with?
Xbox controller. Well, I do a mix
the
between
hell?
keyboard and mouse and Xbox controller. Yep.
How do you live?
It's on its
Well,
way
you would-
though, isn't it? Undead, you've got a stick on the way at some point, haven't you?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, what are you trying to get?
Well, I'm waiting for prices for both. I've got one for the Logitech X56, and the other is the Thrustmaster. As it is a 16,000 M or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one.
I'm familiar with it.
Because the thing is, I don't want to like get rid of pedals yet because it's going to push me over budget. And a friend of mine uses the Thrustmaster, and he says there's actually a thing on the throttle for rudder input, so it's perfect.
Well, most of those mid to lower end stick and throttles, they have two things. They have almost like a bumper axis on the throttle for your left hand, so you could use that as a rudder. Or you could use it for differential braking, or they have just a standard twist action in the stick itself. So, but yeah, you get me an estimate, and if it's expensive, we'll make a judgment call, and then maybe you just pay the customs fee, and then you could just have these. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Don't thank me yet.
Okay.
Could be like $300. Which would be more than what these are worth. So.
Well, it's like I was saying to Lax yesterday, like the one time we were importing a turbo from Japan, and we basically paid the same for the turbo, plus a little bit more, just to get the turbo through customs into here.
Yeah, that sounds right. When you're dealing with small countries, so to speak, like South Africa, I mean, you're at the mercy of the I mean, you guys live and die by how your ports handle shipments. So, no, I mean, just imagine if you guys' ports close for a month. You know, the world ecosystem or the world economy doesn't really revolve around South Africa, does it? You guys would that would be shitty.
It would be. You guys wouldn't get anything.
Yeah, what do we get from South Africa? I couldn't even tell you, other than some
corruption.
Snarky pilots.
No, you get corruption.
Yeah, we get that from the UK.
No.
Yeah, why would you get from France?
No, you get arsehole
California
from the UK.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we get a lot of table salt from the UK, that's right.
Yeah. I love regular salt in gaming. Not mentioning any names. Sorry, had a bit of a cough.
So, salt is normally aimed at other players. Most of my frustration and swearing is aimed at me.
True that. Yeah, this is a long-ass taxi with this MiG-19, goddamn.
Oh, you're down on the little...
Yeah, I'm down here at this other country down here. Way over here. Yeah, but I'm at like Mazdok West. About 3 miles west.
You should be able to use that strip as a...
I could,
surely.
but it goes against my immersion.
Wow.
Kidding. You just take a pot shot? The hell was that? I saw that.
If it was a pot shot, I'd have firing now.
Well, somebody took a shot in there.
Yeah.
Who's in that gunner seat? Bill? Is that Bill in there?
Not guilty. I'm sitting in my spit.
Okay, alright.
I should do that sometime though.
Yeah, I thought you guys would be buddied up in there.
Is it free at the moment?
It's
Not unless unless you haven't used your 2-week little trial thing.
Ah, hang on. Yeah, so I'd have to own it, would I, to get in as the gunner?
No, you could do your sets for call signs with it. It's got a 2-week trial on it, the same as everything else.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, but what I mean is, under normal circumstances, I'd have to own it to get in it.
Normal circumstances, yeah. Yeah, they want to get the money out of the players every way they can, so you can't share a module, unfortunately.
Damn Russians.
What?
You know, talking about that,
I am, yeah.
We know the term War Thunder, I believe, and and gauging. Did you know what gauging means?
No.
It means
Broken.
foreigner. I was watching a program called The Man in the High Castle, and it's a situation where we lost the war, so the eastern side of the states is under the Reich, and the western side, with a gap down the middle, no man's land. The western side is under the Japanese, and
Right.
when listening to these Japanese guys talking, they're using the word gauging, and when you when you got the things up, when you got the commentary
subtitles.
up, the subtitles.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was hearing something coming, and so it tells you what it is, and gauging means foreigner.
I got someone in chat saying it actually means outsider, so I'm guessing
Outsider.
maybe that.
Yeah. Foreigner, outsider, someone
Right, yeah.
not from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite a good, fun series, actually.
Is that show that's on Amazon Prime?
I think that was Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that was on Amazon. Yeah. Because I tend to watch Netflix or Amazon sometimes, and that was an Amazon one. That's finished now.
Gotcha.
Apparently the
The-
literal translation means not from my land.
Yeah, foreigner from somewhere else.
Yeah.
The one of the lead characters. Do you remember Dark City? The main character. I can't remember his name now. It sounds a bit of a foreign name as it happens. From the British point of view, it sounds like a foreign name. The main character in that is one of the main characters in this. He's Obergruppenführer Smith, because he's American, but he's now on the
So
German side.
who was?
Can't remember his name. You know? Can you remember? You know, Dark City.
Oh, Dark City. Right. For some
Yeah.
reason, I heard the Dark, but then got Dark Skies caught
All
in
right,
my
no,
head.
Dark City. The main
Vanguard.
character in that.
Rufus
he's-
Sewell.
Yeah, that's it, Rufus.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's Obergruppenführer Smith, because although he was American, this is 20 years after the Germans had won, or the Axis had
Yeah.
won. So although he's American, he's now got a high rank in the Reich.
Right.
It's quite a fascinating series. Bit of an odd ending, but the bit the start up to the ending was fine. I should
Right.
take off really, I suppose.
I just
On
found
a,
the capture point.
Okay. On a
That's
unrelated note, I see that they had a dev update there for the Mosquito. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very detailed, wasn't it?
Yeah. Super detailed.
Progress on the
Probably
mosquito.
have to get that.
It is
Progressing
progressing.
well. Well, that tells you that they're probably 2.5 months away. Probably is my guess.
Right.
I want a hurricane before I have a mosquito. That's not going to happen.
Well, move down to Florida.
Why didn't I think of
What?
that?
You get a hurricane down there before you get bit by a mosquito. Come on, that was like a lax level joke there. You gotta admit, that's pretty good.
I thought it was alligators and crocodiles down there, but I suppose.
No, just alligators, no crocodiles.
Oh right, I don't know much of the difference.
Well, I think that's alligators don't like salt water, and they have
yeah.
shorter snouts, maybe, or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's starting to ring a bell. Yeah.
I'd have to watch more Steve Irwin to figure out it more. Rest in peace. Boy, this MiG-19, it easily can like crank on a turn, but after you do the initial crank and pull, like the elevator is pretty weak after that. I don't mind flying it though. It's pretty fun to fly in VR, as it were. Although most things are fun to fly. Yeah,
If
what's
they can
not fun to
have-
fly in VR? Oh, no. Bullshit.
You are, as far as I'm concerned.
There's
You-
well, there's a bit of dust on the top of my radio area. If you wouldn't mind just
Yeah.
like brushing it off.
Okay, all right. Give me a minute. Let me get the broom ready. I'll be there in a second. Do you want it to be cleaned off at 500 knots or 200 knots?
Yeah. Whichever
1,000
whichever way, it needs to be polished. I want a little bit of sheen on it at the end of it.
Alright, just watch your head, because I could lose control. Meaning, if you die, I'm sorry, but here we go.
Well, actually, I'm looking back. I haven't got a head, so that's okay.
Alright, well,
They
be ready
don't
to
give
choose a
them
new
heads.
aircraft to spawn in.
They
I'm
don't
coming
give
in.
them heads in this.
Apologies in advance.
That's fine. Go for it. Go for it. It's not going to cost me anything, and I will still be alive. Nice. Not
That's what you meant.
not quite the polished finish that I was wanting, but yeah, that's good enough.
That looked like a foot clearance in the cockpit. What do you mean?
That's what I said. It's a foot away.
Well, the jet wash blew that away.
Yep, it's the polish that was missing.
Well, you're gonna have to. How the hell am I supposed to polish? Alright, never mind. I don't know.
Are you streaming at the moment, or by the way?
No, I'm not. I don't stream when I'm in VR. Mainly, the system can handle it now with the VRAM overhead, but the main issue is I'm not gonna jack around with doing any kind of upscale display or whatever. And I could stream it because Windows Mixed Reality is the primary VR that games run through initially for even though Steam VR opens itself. I could stream from that window. It just got it's got a little bit of a low frame rate in my opinion compared to what I'm actually seeing on screen. But I may do it at some point, but I just haven't. I haven't have not cared to do it, you know what I'm saying? I've just been experiencing the joy and wonders of hitch-free VR flying in DCS and MS Flight Simulator 2020.
Has that had the performance update yet?
No, that's coming in about 2 weeks. When I'm going to be up at Oshkosh is probably when it's going to have it, so...
Right. It'd be interesting to see if you notice any difference with that.
Yeah, right now, prior to the 30, when I had the 3080, I was only probably getting like mid-30s FPS in VR. With the 3090, it's probably in the 50s. You really can't tell anymore. It's just clean, you know. Where with the 3080, you can kind of tell where it was bottlenecking. So I'm not going to notice anything really. Other than maybe I could crank up some more of the settings, more to ultimate, although I have most of them already up all the way in VR anyways, but...
Right. Just found a bug with the map. I can't capture the capture point in a helicopter, which must mean I've got a filter that's wrong. So it only works for aircraft.
Yeah, come on, Lax.
Get crap done.
See, Lax, I'm being clever right now. I'm in a Swedish plane, so it makes sense that I listen to music from Sweden.
Was it you and the vegan?
Yep.
How do you like that thing?
I'm about to do up this flight, you know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Let me get out of the way. Oh, Bill is airborne. Looking good, Bill. Boy, that Spitfire's got some get up and go, doesn't it? Oh, what was that? What that? You hit a wind bump there?
No, it's because I realised I didn't set my nose down, so I had like 2 divisions of nose up. So I'm trying to adjust that.
Oh, no wonder why it shot up like a rocket.
Yeah, that was all wrong. Just forgot to set my nose down. Everything else is okay, I forgot to set that.
I got a question for you guys. During the Korean War, like that era of jet flight and fighters and whatnot, do you guys have a particular fighter that you like the most from that era? So MiG-15, MiG-17, MiG-19, MiG-21. well, MiG-21 was late on that, but F-86.
They haven't got
H7
fans on the front,
Softmax.
have they?
No, they've got fans in the cockpit to cool the pilot.
Yeah, I like fan on the front.
Got one of those?
I know what you like though. I'm just wondering if you had to choose a fighter from the Korean War that you liked, which one would it have been?
Spitfire.
Now, if you wanted a real cop out there, you could have said the Corsair, because the Corsair was active in the Korean theater.
Actually, I nearly said the P-51, but I wasn't sure if they were used in that or not. I guess not.
I don't think they did. They may have used the twin Mustang at that time, but the Mustangs didn't really get a whole lot of use. But the Corsairs were used up into the 50s. I know that.
Yeah, they're a pretty good airplane.
Yeah, I
But
mean they're no Spitfire, but you know.
The Spit was still in use into the late 50s in various areas.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Well, what do they use those for? Training, or do they actually use them as a fighter defense
I
for
think
the mainland?
not by Britain, but I think they were used by other air forces
Oh,
as
gotcha.
their aircraft.
Got it. That makes sense. Well, to answer my own question, I would say the F-86 probably my favorite from that time period.
And is there a reason for that?
It's got a really good top speed, and when I've seen them, they've always all had like super polished aluminum, so they look great. I don't know.
Right. I was saying that also the Hellcat were active.
Hellcat.
Were they? Those Hellcats, I mean, they look like real airplanes, fighting airplanes, like the P-36s. To me, they look like real, I don't know, get up and do it type fighting aircraft.
You know, the Hellcat's one of the most successful fighters of the war. You know why?
Go on.
Well, it's the combination of two factors. One, it had a very similar look to the Wildcat. So these Zero pilots in the Pacific Theater were so used to dominating the Wildcats that they got so accustomed to their performance. When they fought them for the first several engagements, they thought that they were Wildcats. They didn't know that they were different, so they were getting destroyed, and they couldn't figure out why. And the other thing is, by the time that the Hellcats really got going in 1943 and 1944, most of the experienced pilots in the Japanese Imperial Army, or whatever they called it at the time, were already dead. So they had really high kill rates.
Yeah, with the what you were saying about the Hellcat, etc. I think what happened was that the Zeros would plunge upwards, wouldn't they? And then
Yeah, they would wait for the Wildcat to stall out.
The Wildcats would stall out, then they'd come back and get them. And they got caught out because the Hellcats didn't stall out.
Correct. It was a much better plane. The Wildcat was really underpowered. That thing still had like a hand crank for the gear too.
Right.
It's really an old plane. And I'm just amazed that I think the Wildcat even had like a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 kill ratio, but for the United States, I mean that's not good, you know. But they used them for the first 2 or 3 years in the Pacific Theater. It's crazy. Well, that Spitfire clips along pretty good there.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite Korean War plane, Max?
My plans, but to be honest, I don't really know them well enough. I mean, you know me, it's like I only really fly stuff that it's not because I know its history or something, it's because I think it's interesting and curious. Which is why I go for things like the Harrier and that sort of stuff. So I think the oldest jet I've flown within DCS was the F5.
Right.
I didn't get on with that particularly well. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't really know pluses and minuses of anything.
I've got a very weird one. I'm gonna get the number wrong. I it's the F82, the twin Mustang.
XP82.
Yeah, that's it. I love those twin Mustangs.
There's only one that is flying right now. I got to see it back in 2019 in person fly.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Actually, there was a long period of time there where none of them were flying, and then Tom Riley, he finished his rebuild. It took him like 2 decades to get it together to finish it, but he finally got it and brought it to Oshkosh. It's one of one. Supposedly there's a second one being built, but it's kind of on the hush hush down low for whatever reason. So I don't know what the deal is on that, but
Those things are nice. I really love those.
oh yeah, they have a great sound to them. They remind me of a better sounding Mosquito, if there is such a thing.
Right. Now, what did I need to figure out? Where's that hell of the flaps thing?
But Spitfire has really good acceleration. I know I'm losing you in the climb here, but I'm amazed that I was sitting at full throttle over the runway there, and I had to kick in the burners just to get away from you.
But I was at top whack. Could have left it there for all the time because it would have just blown the engine up.
Okay. I was going to say, I was wondering if you did damage or not. So I think I was pushing like 400, 500 kilometers an hour there, easy.
Well, I don't know in case. Wasn't it? It's about 300 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, we'll get some great aircraft. I know there's not a whole lot of time left in the year, but I mean, we're going to get the Apache, the Mosquito, and the Corsair. And possibly the Growler. Sorry, my bad. Prowler this year, which would be crazy.
Oops.
Oh, medic!
I scratched my thumb doing that.
What in the hell?
I lost control. It wasn't intentional, so
Bill,
you can call me stupid, but you mustn't call me horrible.
son of a... Nah, I'm good. No, you're good. You're good. I'm just blowing it out of proportion. Let's see what we want. Well, it looked good though up until that happened. It was good though.
Yeah.
Right, so the options to fly. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was hoping for a to get underneath you and zoom up again in front of your nose, but it was a last minute fluff of decisions caused me to go the wrong way.
It's alright. Now it looks like a proper war zone here on the field.
Yeah. Okay, folks, it's 1:15. I'm crashing not only my aircraft but Warhawks as well. So it's probably time for me to fold. So I'll...
You're not even wait for me to do a flyby over there?
Hey?
It's worth the price of admission, Bill. Come on.
What? Say again.
So it's worth the price of admission, Bill. Come on. I loaded up the Thunderbolt just for you.
What do you want to do then?
I don't know. You can go to bed. I was just giving you a hard time.
Well, it's I'm sort of reasonably easily tempted. One of the things I just said about War Thunder was the most difficult part of War Thunder is clicking the yes button when it said, "Are you sure you want to quit?"
I like that.
Now I will shove off because as it is, I still won't get into bed before 3 o'clock because I'll be fiddling with stuff before I turn in. So I'll catch you all or some maybe tomorrow. That's a nice looking plane though. I'm just looking at your plane now.
Yeah, it's got a fictitious livery, but you know, hey.
Yeah. I was just
Sorry,
liking.
skip
I was just
taking
liking the roundels there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to shove off. Good night, folks. TTFN.
All right. Yeah. Have a good one.
Take care.
Good night. What's wrong, Dax?
Yeah. I don't know what I just did.
Okay, for my viewer, as usual, thank you for being there, and I will catch you at another time. TTFN.